Good afternoon. I'm Devin Skillian in for Karen Drew, who's on assignment today. First at 4, new witnesses in the case against Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of the Oxford High School shooter. Prosecutors are building their case, the defense trying to poke holes in the testimony. Sean Lay tracking it all. He's outside the courthouse in Pontiac. Sean.
Devin, I got to start with what just happened behind me in courtroom 2C. Video was played, never before made public. This is sheriff's investigators' video of them leading James and Jennifer Crumbley into an interrogation room at the sheriff's office, literally moments after the Oxford school shooting. In fact, one of the deputies tells the parents, students are still on their way to the hospital as we're talking right here. Now, the surprise reaction Jennifer Crumbley gave even the most seasoned veteran investigators a surprise. Also, you mentioned new witnesses on the witness stand. That would be the school counselor who brought the Crumbleys in the day of the shooting, said Jennifer Crumbley apparently was not interested in taking her son home or to a doctor, and he said he had no other choice but to send him back to class.
I wanted to make sure the student was able to get the support that I felt was needed, and I was wanting it to be as soon as possible.
The very day of the Oxford school shooting, school counselor Sean Hopkins called the shooter's parents to the school. It was urgent. He told them that their son needed help and needed help immediately. Urgent because Hopkins was presented with their son's math worksheet. On it, graphic and disturbing images drawn by the shooter of a handgun, an image of a person full of bullet holes with the words blood everywhere. The student writing, "The voices won't stop." Hopkins took the words and images put on the worksheet to mean that their son was suicidal and not meaning that the teen was a threat to others. He called the Crumbleys and told them to get to Oxford High School as soon as possible, telling them that their son may harm himself. But the parents did not rush in, hug their son when they arrived. They didn't ask him what was wrong.
She sat down in the chair, felt a little bit distant, more just kind of like it felt like it was a little bit of an inconvenience.
This is one of dozens of key elements to this first of its kind case, charging the parents of a school shooter, prosecutors alleging that they are partly responsible for the shooting deaths of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. Prosecutors say Jennifer Crumbley failed to simply provide ordinary care for her son. Hopkins says he told Jennifer Crumbley he wanted her son to see a health care professional that day. He says Jennifer Crumbley told him that they were busy and that was not going to happen, and their son wanted to go back to class.
I can't keep a student from class if there isn't a reason to keep him from class.
More evidence today from prosecutors alleging Jennifer Crumbley cared more about her horses and horseback riding than her son. After that urgent meeting at school, Crumbley sent a text to Kira Pennick, who runs the stables where her horses are kept, sent her a picture of her son's violent drawing, but reassured Pennick that she will still be on for horseback riding lessons that same day. In fact, the first witness on the stand was Kira Pennick, who ran the stables where the Crumbleys kept their horses, and there's about 2,000 instant messages on Facebook between her and Jennifer Crumbley. And she says everything she shared about her son wasn't much, but as soon as the shooting happened that day, she says she instantly thought of her son as the shooter. Devin?
Sean, I want to get back to this, the way that she reacted in the video to what had happened, because we've seen her be very emotional in court. Jurors have seen that.
She looks like a different person. Again, this was just played in court, Devin, and there's two sets of videos here. She's brought in, and we're going to show this all at 5 o'clock, informed that her son is the shooter, and they want to learn as much information about what's going on with him and what went wrong. And at first, she's kind of emotional and then shuts the investigators completely down twice, saying, "I'm not going to interview with you. I want a lawyer." They take them, the parents, back into another room where the shooter's in the corner, and they just stare at him. It's shocking that they stare at him, don't say anything. They'll say, "What's going on? Are you okay? What happened?" And then as she's leaving, she turns around and she looks at him and just says, "Why?" And she leaves. And we'll hear from investigators at 5 and 6 saying they've never quite seen a reaction like that when presented with such shocking information. They usually get an incredibly emotional reaction.
Boy, another riveting day. All right, Sean, we will see you again here on Local 4 News at 5. You can tune into live testimony anytime during the trial on Local 4 Plus on our website, clickondetroit.com. We've been streaming this since the start, also bringing you expert analysis during the case. If you don't have Local 4 Plus, you need to download that app wherever you stream your content.